Still stuck using grid view and Smartsheet? You're wasting time. Let me show you a faster, quicker way to work in your Smartsheet using table view. Let's dive in. Hey, I'm your guide, Justin Orazio, where I teach you how to use your Smartsheet the most efficient way and how to build your career off of it. In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between table view and grid view, the pros and cons, and what may make the most sense for you. And if you haven't yet already, I have a free masterclass just for you. Just click on the bio below and it's yours. All right, let's dive into it. All right, so we're going to look at the difference between grid view and table view and really focus on what table view has to offer. All right, so I have a couple sheets here. We're going to pretend that we own a lemonade business and we have multiple lemonade stands, maybe a different lemonade stand on each corner of the street. We started out as a kid and now it's starting to get profitable. So I'm going to mess with some grid sheets first and then show you again what you can do in table view. So the first sheet here is your lemonade stands. It's your material cost, your lemonade, your lemons, your ice, your sugar, your strawberries, all that fun stuff. And it's total materials, cost on that, and then their location where they're at. The second sheet here is the exact same lemonade stands, but the payroll. So maybe you're running and gunning, and you got some kids now working for you. Maybe you're in 5th grade, and you're paying kids on the side to run the lemonade stand for your business. And this is the cost of payroll that you're paying out each week to them. Again, I know this is very basic, but I'm of the school of thought, you keep the plate of cookies on the bottom shelf, everybody can reach it. So I just want to make sure you guys understand clearly how to use table view, and so nothing on the side trips you up. So we run a lemonade stand, we got our material costs coming in, we got our payroll coming in, and we have our third sheet here, which will convert into table view, that will sum all this together. We want to know our total expenses for material, total expenses of payroll. We want to know what our profit is, so on and so forth. Okay, so to transfer over to table view, you can do this with any sheet, and you're going to go over here where it says grid, and you're going to click your options, and you have your options here. You can choose table view right here. Now it's important to note, if table view does not show up on your side, that's because you're using the legacy. Your Smartsheet account is under legacy. It's an old account. So I would talk to your Smartsheet representative to get that updated. If that's something you want to look for, know that there may be changes in pricing, but just know if you don't see table view, that's because you're under legacy model. But most people should see the table view pop up right here. All right, so all you're going to do is click table view, and it's going to look a little bit like grid view, but a little cleaner. And if you're like, oh crap, I don't want to be in this, you can always bounce right back to grid view at any time. And you're good to go. All right, so table view, we click into it. A couple things I want to show you here that grid view cannot do, and this is kind of like, think of it like an enhanced grid view. So we have everything still showing up right here, but a couple things that you can do that is, to me, a major uplift, a major change, is you can delete more than 5 columns. So if I go to grid view and I try to delete more than 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I try to click delete, the max is 5, it will not let me. However, if I go to table view and I delete 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I right click and I click delete, boom, they're gone. That hindrance is no longer there. If I want to add a column, I can just click to the right here. Maybe I want to do status and I want it to be a drop down. Your drop down can now be color coded. Maybe I want great, good, fair, poor. And you can change your colors. Maybe I want great to be green, I want good to be purple, and I'll leave that as that. And I click OK or apply. Now when I choose these options, look at that. They all come in based on that color. Now if I want multiple choice, the colors still stay. So if I toggle that off, obviously for a status we wouldn't have multiple options, but I just want to show you what that looks like. So you can click all of these and it all comes up. Look at that. So this will be very, very useful for when you're doing drop-down options. It makes it cleaner and you know what you're working with. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you, which is probably to me the biggest advancement on this, is you can incorporate multiple sheets within this sheet just like data mesh. Just like data mesh. All right, Justin, what the heck is data mesh? Well, data mesh allows data from multiple sheets to flow in on different frequencies at the same time. So think of it like an index match or an index collect type of formula. And if you're still a little confused, no worries. I'm going to show you right now how this is a game changer in using table view for your solution. So as I mentioned before, we have materials for our lemonade stands and we have our payroll. And so our overall sheet here, maybe we want our materials to all come in for these lemonade stands, or payroll to come in, and we want to see what our profit is. Are we profitable? We have a revenue, but we need to know, are we profitable at the end of the day? So what we're going to do is over here on the top right where it says more tools, we're going to click into there, and it says link column data. We're going to click into that, link column data. So we're going to click link column data over here, and we're going to bring in these two sheets. And so the first sheet here is materials, lemonade stand materials. So I'm going to choose lemonade stand materials. And it needs a unique identifier. In other words, it needs at least one column that matches on both sides. So our column that's going to match on both sides is lemonade stands because they're the same. Lemonade stand A, B, C, so on and so forth. Lemonade stands A, B, and C, so on and so forth. This is our unique identifier. This is the key to connect the two. All right, so I'm going to choose lemonade stands. Boom, automatically puts it in here for me. And now I want to match the total material expenses. I want to bring in the material expenses. So I'm under this sheet here, lemonade stands materials, right here. Lemonade stand material. And on the first source here, I'm going to choose total material expenses. And I want my total material expenses to show up under material expenses right here. So notice when I click over here, material expenses, because this is it right here. It shows up right here. So I'm going to click here, and notice the names do not have to match. Total material expenses and then just material expenses. They do not have to match. And then I'm going to go, you can do more, but for this example, I'm going to click link and watch what's going to happen right here. Boom, it all comes in. Now let's do it again for our payroll, which is going to be this guy right here. Let's bring on our payroll. So now I'm in this more tools section already. I'm going to click add to do a second connection for a different sheet. I'm going to choose lemonade stands payroll. And then I'm going to choose unique identifier, which is lemonade stands. They're the same across the board. And then I'm going to choose total payroll expenses, because that's what shows up right here, total payroll expenses. And then I'm just going to choose payroll expenses. That's this guy right here. Again, notice the names do not have to match. I'll click link, and right, it should show up right here. Boom, there they are. All right, now the last thing I want to show you on table view is formulas. It's built a little differently. It's more user friendly, a better UX, a better user experience. So our profit should be our revenue minus our expenses. So I'm going to start typing my formula in here. And instead of typing it directly into here, you can go ahead and click formulas and just start typing it out. And what's cool is you can actually type out the name of the column that you want to do. So I want to do my revenue minus the sum of material expenses and payroll expenses. And then I'm going to click apply. And there it is right there. Maybe I want this to be a column formula. Apply to column. Boom. Now we know Lemonade Stand's pretty profitable. Lemonade Stand B is very profitable, and we can see the rest of our profit. Maybe we should get rid of Lemonade Stand G. It just ain't working out, and B is our most profitable. So these are some highlighted things I wanted to show you guys, and what Table View can do for you. I will say Table View allows for more rows to show up on Table View as well. I will say right now, if you have thousands and thousands and thousands of rows of data, at times it can run a little bit slower than Grid, but Smartsheet recently has been making some updates and enhancements to that. Formatting rule is a lot cleaner to use, and just overall, Table View is just a better enhanced version of Grid View. And some takeaways on this: again, you can link sheets into this automatically. Maybe it makes more sense for you to use Grid View because that's what you're comfortable with. I will encourage you to step out and use Table View. They're going to be adding more and more features. Like, for instance, directly into Table View, you can connect into your data shuttle and things like that. It just makes it all a one-stop shop right into Table View. And then automations, same thing, just like on Grid, you have your automations right here. I want to encourage you guys, take Table View, step into it, try it out, let me know what you think in the comments below. The last thing I want to show you is if for whatever reason you switch back to Grid View and you have these columns linked in here, I want to show you what happens. So remember, these are linked in through Table View of these two sheets, these materials and payroll that are coming in automatically. All right, so if I go back to Grid View, they're automatically brought in by formulas created for us. We did not have to create these formulas. And if I want to bring it back, go back to Table View, goes exactly right back to the way it was. All right, you guys, I hope this has been helpful. And I just want to do a shout out to Brenda as she had a question on bringing in two different sheets into one master sheet. And Table View will be your best bet for that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, take care and God bless.